Ukraine, a brawl broke out between rival activists near Kyiv's Independence Square, or Maidan. Members of a nationalist group approached the square on April 29th to honor the victims of violence in Kyiv earlier this year, but they were blocked by a so-called self-defense faction, apparently because they were wearing masks. There were reports of injuries as the two sides used tear gas, bats, and sticks. Also in Ukraine, activists rallied outside the cabinet of ministers in Kyiv to demand the dismissal of newly appointed tax authorities who they accused of corruption. The protesters displayed a cage full of rats, declaring that the state tax service must be cleared of all vermin. Residents of the Moldovan capital, Chisinau, enjoyed a public concert celebrating the new visa-free travel agreement with the European Union. The EU lifted its visa requirement for Moldova as of April 28th as it pursues closer ties under the Eastern Partnership Program. As part of the celebrations, 100 Moldovans received free flights to EU member Greece. In Iraq, voters went to the polls in the autonomous Kurdistan region and throughout the country to cast ballots in a general election. High security was in place in some regions, including bans on car travel on many roads. The vote will determine whether Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki wins a third term in office. In Afghanistan, the military conducted exercises east of the capital, Kabul. Infantry, artillery, and the air forces all took part in the drills. Defense Ministry officials said the goal of the exercises was to demonstrate the capabilities of the Afghan National Army. In Peshawar, northwest Pakistan, journalists and representatives of political parties took part in a seminar on media freedom. Participants spoke out against blows to media freedom in Pakistan, including the recent shooting of journalist Hamid Mir. Journalists also objected to what they said was government pressure on the Geo and Jang media groups, which the Ministry of Defense has asked the government to ban. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.